Welcome back to CTV Morning Live. A lot of people getting married, a lot of people looking to figure out how to do things, going green, doing it themselves, hoping to save a little bit of money, finding the time. The list is endless, and there's a new show in town. It's called the Wed By Hand, and it's going to be happening February 11th from 11 a.m. until 5 p.m. at the Glebe Community Centre. Joining us are the Wed By Hand producers, Krista Lieben and Robin Sidhu. Great to have you guys on the show.
Thanks for having us.
All right, so give us a rundown. This is an interesting take and probably a wonderful opportunity for a lot of people to head to this show.
Yeah, so Wed By Hand is a DIY, eco-friendly, and handmade wedding show, and we're actually designed the show to be an alternative to what's typically available on the wedding market. So we have vendors and workshops and a tasting room all full of local small businesses that can actually help you DIY and make your wedding really reflect your personality and style.
How easy was it to find the vendors? Do you find that there are more and more popping up that have these services available?
This is our third year running, so I remember the first year we were kind of struggling to find people, but over the years we've actually doubled every year. And so this year actually we have 40 vendors, so it was a lot easier to find more. So there's a lot more people popping up every day who are catering to this market.
Are we looking at from A to Z in terms of the services that are offered?
Yes, actually we have everything from invitations to cakes to photography to you name it. We have a little bit of sampling of everything.
Now, is this a lot about learning about the companies that are doing these small businesses, or in fact is it about the people learning themselves how to be able to do some of these for themselves?
It's both, actually. We find that people who come to our show really enjoy connecting with the companies and actually knowing where their stuff is coming from and who made it and what's behind it. But it's also about the DIY, learning how to do things yourself. It's a very collaborative community. Like, not only can you work with the businesses, but they're also going to teach you and share their skills with you. So
one of the examples would be, where everyone's looking to have I always say this, the boutonniere.
Boutonniere. Yeah,
boutonniere.
Perfect.
Sometimes you just, and we're going to be able to do that.
Yeah, so one of the workshops that we're going to have at Wed By Hand is actually DIY florals taught by Full Bloom Floral, which is an eco-friendly floral company here in town. She has really unique designs, and this is actually one thing she's going to be teaching as the boutonniere. So we're just going to give a little preview, a quick version of her workshop. So the first thing that you do is you actually take floral wire and stick it through, if I can get it to go, the bottom of the flower here, and I'll show you actually what it looks like when it's complete. You do that and then you fold it down, so we've got it reinforcing the stem of the flower. The next step that you're going to do is actually take floral tape here, and you're going to wrap the stem.
So would they show you where you can purchase some of these items and where they're getting it from? So because you're probably wondering, well, where do I find all of these things?
Exactly. Yeah, they not only are they going to be sharing skills, but they'll be sharing knowledge as well. And obviously, Erin would be much better at this than I am because she does it 24/7. So when you finish, you're actually going to have you can do 2 stems like this, and they're covered in the floral wire. Just makes them, or the floral tape actually makes them look nice and neat. And you can actually take some floral cutters and snip off the end here. So you'll see that it is actually just looks a lot nicer. And then what you do is you actually take these completed stems, and to give it kind of a vintagey look, you're going to wrap it with some floral or some lace.
It's a step-by-step, but it's actually
quite easy.
Quite easy to do when you see it all done. And then that would come together because you've got 3 that are already made, and they've got different themes to them.
Yeah, so this one she's done with a carnation, some baby's breath, and it's very vintage. She's actually taken a cotton bloom, which is something a little bit different, with some feathers, and wrapped it in some burlap.
You're definitely going green on that one.
Exactly, yeah. And it's very unique, very different than what you're typically going to see. And then she also did an example of this little guy over here. So there's obviously a wide range of things that you can do and you can put together, and a lot of options to personalize.
This is wonderful information. Of course, keep in mind the Wed By Hand show taking place February the 11th, 11 a.m. until 5 p.m. at the Glebe Community Centre. We'll join back with Krista and Robin in a little bit. We're going to be talking invitations. That's probably the key into launching everything, getting everything started. But first, we're going to check back in with Jeff Hopper for a final look at the forecast.